Hi everyone, so this video is gonna be about how you can describe a film or a movie using English effectively. As you can see in your handout, your film review handout, when we are trying to describe a film or trying to give a review on a film, we can divide the review into 5 different sections. In other words, we can describe the film in 5 different aspects. They are the general information about the film, the plot of it, the characters in the film, the messages behind the film, and also some other elements like special effects, okay, that you would like to comment on about the film. So now let's first look into how we can give general information about a film in English using these sentence patterns. Now these sentence patterns are very useful for you to describe the background, okay, of the film. So the first sentence pattern is very useful, okay, because you can give 3 pieces of information in just one single sentence, okay. You give the name of the film, and then you tell me the genre of it, and then the name of the director of it. Now the word genre means 种类, okay, so that means you tell me the type of the film. For example, romance, horror films, action films, etc. Okay, so for example, I'd like to introduce or review on the film Titanic, then I can say Titanic, okay, is a romance directed by James Cameron. Okay, so that's how you can begin your film review effectively, okay? And then also you can introduce the setting of the film. Let's say some films that are set in the future, some films that are set in the past, okay? So you have to tell me when and where the film is set in, okay? Tell me the place and the time, okay? And also you can introduce the actors of the film, okay, by using the word stars. The stars here is a verb, okay? It means 由乜嘢人主演, okay? So you can say it stars and then you tell me the name of the actor. Now remember, it's the name of the actor, not the character, okay? So, but of course, you can introduce the name of the character by continuing the sentence, saying who played the role, okay? And then you tell me the name of the character, okay? But after the verb stars, okay, it should be followed by the name of the actor or actress, okay? And sometimes the film could be a sequel of another film, okay? Sequel in Chinese means 续集. Okay, so if that's the case, you can also tell me the film is the sequel of what film, okay? All right, and then about the plot, okay? So when we're writing about the plot of a movie, we can use these sentence patterns to help you. The first one is for writing the beginning of the story. Okay, you can say the story begins when, and then you tell me what happened. Basically, you just tell me what happened in the very first scene of that movie. So, for example, you can say the story begins when Simon hit a man with his car accidentally. So, let's say I watched the film, and in that film, in the very first scene, okay, and Simon hit the man with his car. So then you can tell me what happened in the very beginning using this sentence pattern, okay? And then afterwards, after the beginning, maybe the story keep developing and then it kind of reaches a climax, okay? It goes here, right? That means the most exciting part of the story. Then you can also tell me, okay, the climax of the story by using this sentence pattern. The story reaches in climax when, and then just like the previous sentence pattern, you also, okay, use SVO, subject, verb, object, which is a complete sentence after the word when, okay? So let's say the most exciting part is when Simon fight with another man, then, okay, you can tell me what happened in that climax part. And then when you're talking about climax, you can also tell me the most impressive scene or most memorable scene, 最印象深刻或者最難忘嘅嗰一幕, okay? Now, how do you express that meaning in English effectively? Okay, you can use this pattern. The most impressive or memorable scene is where, and then subject, verb, object. Okay, you can see from the example sentence, the most impressive scene is where Simon proposed to Lily. Propose means 求婚. So if you find this scene the most impressive or memorable, then you can tell me, okay, in the film review. Okay, another way to tell people your most impressive scene, okay, is this pattern, the scene where something really touches my heart. Now you see the word order is a little bit different, but basically, okay, the meaning are the same. Okay, so you can choose whether you use the previous sentence pattern or this sentence pattern to show people your most impressive scene. Okay, and then of course after telling people the beginning and the climax, and then you tell people the ending as well. Okay, so you tell me what happened in the end of the story of the film. Now you can see in your handout, okay, that I included a box, okay, which is empty. Okay, so you're supposed to copy all these words into that box. Okay, so these are the vocabulary or expressions that I would like you to use in your film review when you're describing the plot. Okay, so you can say the plot is full of twists. 充滿轉折嘅, okay, you can say the plot is very gripping, okay, 好緊湊嘅, very moving, very touching, very entertaining, or very thrilling. Thrilling means very exciting. Okay, that means making you feel very nervous all the time. Unforgettable, 難忘嘅, okay. Or you may say, oh, the story is very true to life, 好符合現實嘅. Or a very useful word, thought-provoking, 發人深省嘅. Now, when you are trying to give comments on the plot of the movie, okay, you can try to use these adjectives to help you. Okay, then let's talk about the favorite characters of a film, okay? Now, when you're talking about your favorite characters in a film, or basically you're just commenting on different characters of the film, there are so many sentence patterns that you can use, okay? So I'm going to introduce a few. First of all, you can start by using the sentence pattern, okay? Name of the film, and then it's a film full of wonderful characters, okay? You can use this sentence as a starting point, okay? And then you tell me the name of your favorite character, okay? Now, as I told you, it's not a must to just talk about your favorite character. You can also talk about characters that you don't really like, but you have to explain. Now, let's say you're really trying to talk about your favorite character, then you can use this word admire. Okay, admire means 欣賞,佩服. You tell me why you like this character, why you admire this character, okay? And then you can also use this sentence pattern, okay? What I like about this character the most is. Now there are two ways to use this sentence pattern, okay? You can say this sentence pattern with a noun in the end or a that clause in the end. Now, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you can see these two examples, okay? So in the first sentence, what I like about this character the most is his bravery. Now you can see that his bravery is a noun. Okay, 佢嘅勇氣啦. So if what you like about a character is just a noun, okay, a very succinct thing, then you can use this pattern, okay? But, okay, sometimes you would, maybe your, what you like about the character the most is not just a very succinct thing, then you can use the second pattern, okay? What I like about this character the most is that he always cares about others. Now you can see that this one is subject, verb, okay, and then object. All right, it's a complete sentence, okay, with that at the beginning. We called it that clause, okay? So it depends how you would like to use this sentence pattern, okay? But make sure you use it grammatically correct. Now, if you would like to give more information about a character, you can tell me how he or she behaves in front of people and how he or she behaves differently when there are no people around him or her, okay? So you can use the phrase on the surface, pair with underneath, okay? 表面上內裏 okay? So you can talk about uh, negative things first and then um, positive things the second. Okay, so just like this example, on the surface he's cruel and relentless，表面上係好無情、好殘忍嘅，but underneath he has a kind heart，其實內心係好善良嘅。Okay, or you can use this pattern in the other way around. Okay, so on the surface he's a gentleman，表面上睇落去係好好嘅，係一個紳士嚟嘅，but underneath he's greedy and selfish，但其實就好貪婪同埋好自私嘅。Okay, so it depends how you like to describe this the character. Okay, and of course you can also describe your character, okay, by using an imaginative situation, by telling me more about his personality using this sentence pattern. If I were, okay, or encountered his or her situation, I would. Okay, so when you use the sentence pattern, that means you try to imagine that you were in the movie. Okay, you were in his situation, you were the character. Okay, so for example, you can say, if I encountered his situation, of course you have to mention the situation first. Okay, then you tell me, I would probably have escaped. 我可能已經逃走咗啦. Okay, you would not be like what he had done in the movie. Maybe he was so brave in the movie. He tried to solve the problem. He tried to face the problem. But you can say, oh, but if I were in this situation, I would not be that brave. I would just escape. This way you can show people why you like or you admire the character so much. Okay, and then of course you can also use this sentence, okay, to show that particular character has a really good personality. Okay, I think his or her personality is worth learning. 值得學習. When we are describing characters, we have to use a lot of words to describe the personality of that character. So personality adjectives are very useful when describing characters. So I have a long list of adjectives that you can use, okay, to describe characters. So I'm going to introduce a few. Okay, you can say someone is funny. Okay, or you can say someone is considerate, 好為人着想嘅. Okay, or you can say someone is brave, 好勇敢, wise, 好有智慧, that means very clever, patient, 有耐性, optimistic, 樂觀嘅, easygoing, 隨和, sociable, 好識得同人社交, sympathetic, 有同情心嘅. So it's pretty similar to kind. Okay, tolerant, 包容嘅, 寬宏大量嘅. Okay, now some negative adjectives include pessimistic, 好悲觀嘅, greedy, 貪心, selfish, 自私, stubborn, a very useful word. Okay, a lot of characters in the movie are quite stubborn. Okay, 好固執嘅, bossy, boss, 老闆, right? So the word bossy means like being a boss, 成日點嚟點去嘅, okay, 好霸道嘅. Snobbish, another very useful word to describe some not very popular character in the film, 好勢利嘅, 好白鴿眼嘅, okay? Arrogant, 囂張嘅. Narrow-minded, 心胸狹窄嘅. So you can put all these, okay, words into your notes, okay, and try to use some of them, at least some of them, in your film review. Then let's talk about the message behind the film. Okay, how can we talk about the message behind the film? Okay, now you can use these 4 sentence patterns to help you. First, you can simply start off by saying many meaningful lessons can be learned from this movie. In Chinese, that means 睇呢套戲我哋可以學到好多嘢. And then you tell me the moral behind the film. Moral in Chinese means 道理. Okay, you tell me the key message that you learn from the film. Okay, but sometimes you may say, oh, I learned a lot of things in the film, not just one. Then how can I express that in English effectively? Then you can say, okay,
something like this. The film has inspired 啟發, okay, inspired me in 2 or 3 or 4, okay, depending how many you would like to write, okay, aspects, 方面. Okay, so let's say if you learn 2 things from this film, then you can say, this film has inspired me in 2 aspects. And then you continue to talk about what those 2 aspects are. And another very useful phrase to use when you're talking about the message or the moral behind the film is the word it reflects on. Reflects on means 反省,反思. Okay, so you can say this movie can make people reflect on something. Now, pay attention, you should use a noun, a single noun, no verb. Okay, after the word reflects on, because on is a preposition. Okay, so you can see this example sentence. This movie can make people reflect on the power of parental love. So you can see that the power of parental love, it's a noun. It's a noun phrase, no verb there. Okay. So in Chinese, that means 呢套戲係可以令人哋去反思即係父母嘅愛嘅力量啦。Now, in case you cannot conclude the moral or the message behind the film very succinctly using English, then you can take these morals as a reference, okay? Because these are the common morals that you can find in, say, 70 to 80% of films, okay? So let me introduce one by one, okay? You can put all these into your worksheets, I mean your handouts, okay? I have the lines for you to write on, okay? So the first one is everyone is unique, 每個人都係獨特嘅, okay? So another very common message or moral can be never give up, 唔好放棄啦. In other words, every cloud has a silver lining. 每件事都有佢好嘅一面嘅. Okay, that's a very favorite idiom in English. And then the next one, don't judge a book by its cover. 唔好以貌取人，唔好睇表面. Okay. The next one, believe in yourself. This one is easy. Okay, I'm not going to explain that in Chinese. The next one, follow your dreams. Okay, and then don't be afraid to leave your comfort zone. Comfort zone means 舒適區. Okay, that means be brave. Okay, try new things. Okay. Next one, love conquers all. Conquers means 征服. Okay, so let's say if your film is a romance, then you think that the message behind is the power of love, then you can say, oh, the moral behind the film is love conquers all. Okay. The last one is nature is powerful or humans cannot control nature. Now, if your film is like a sci-fi, okay, which is about some disaster, natural disaster, okay, we can also call those films disaster films, okay, then the message is probably this one. Okay, humans cannot win over nature or cannot control nature. Now, after commenting on the plots, the character, and also the message of the film, basically your film is very rich in content already. But if you want to challenge yourself and make your film review even more outstanding, I strongly suggest that you try to comment on some other special elements of the film. Okay, so there are a few. The first one is special effects, 特效. So let's say if you are trying to give a review on a sci-fi, a science fiction, then you can probably comment on the special effects of it. Okay. Now these are some expressions that you can use to comment on the special effects of a film. You can say the special effects are stunning or breathtaking, 嘆為觀止, okay? Or you can also say the special effects make something look very realistic. Okay, here you can really give an example, okay, of a particular scene in the movie where you find the special effects very amazing.
So besides special effects, you can also comment on the sound effects or the music of a movie. 即係音效同埋或者音樂啦 ，OK? You can say that the sound or the music adds to the atmosphere， 即係豐富咗嗰個氣氛啦。Or you can tell what sort of feelings that the soundtrack or the music in the movie gives you. Okay, 即係俾到啲咩嘅感覺你呢個音樂 So you can say the soundtrack or the music conveys means express 表達 okay, or gives a happy or sad or tense or other kind of atmosphere. Okay, so the word tense here means nervous 緊張 Or if you are really touched or moved by the piece of music, you can say that the soundtrack or the music help audience connect to the scenes. 即係話個音樂咧令到觀眾咧好投入嗰一幕嗰度啦 OK Now you can see that in the yellow boxes there are 6 adjectives for describing the soundtrack or the sound effects in the movie Now before I tell you the meaning of the words okay I would like to show you the soundtrack okay of some of the adjectives here okay so the first one is upbeat So this one is upbeat, okay? So try to guess the meaning of it, okay? The second one is powerful. I don't think I have to show you the meaning of it. The third one, catchy, okay? Might be a new word to you. So now let's listen to the soundtrack and guess the meaning of the word catchy. Okay, so the third one is spine chilling. Okay, I think the answer of this one is pretty obvious. Okay, so the next one is relaxing. This one again is very easy. I'm not going to tell you what is that. Okay, the final one is gloomy. Okay, let's listen to it.
出歡欣世間。未懼怕山高遠路幾多彎，萬眾齊心莫怨路難。
Okay, so the answer is here. Okay, I hope you can guess the meaning of all 6 words correctly. Okay, so you can use these words. Okay, I strongly encourage you to use these words when you're trying to describe the sound effects or the music in the movie. Last but not least, after you've commented on the plot, the characters, the message behind the morals behind the special elements of the movies, you may leave an overall comment on it. Okay, so you can simply use a very succinct sentence by saying that, oh, this film is definitely a worthwhile watch, 一個好值得睇嘅出戲啦, okay? Or you can give more information by saying what kind of people will be attracted to watch this particular movie. Okay, so you may use the word appeal to. Appeal to means exactly the same as attract. Okay, so you can say this movie would appeal to people who would like to seek thrills in the cinema. Seek thrills means 尋求刺激. Okay, so for example, if you're reviewing a horror movie, you may use this sentence pattern. Okay. And then the third sentence pattern is, it's a film that will change the way you think about something. So if you are reviewing a very inspiring, very thought-provoking, 好發人心性、好有啟發性嘅電影, okay, then you may say that, oh, this film will change the way you think about something. For example, if you think that the film will change the way you think about love, for example. Okay, so then you can use this sentence pattern, but pay attention, you have to use a noun, okay, afterwards. Okay, you cannot use a complete sentence. No verb should be used after the word about, okay, because this is a preposition. Okay. Alright, so this is the end of this video. I hope now you know how to write a good film review. Okay, again, if you have any more questions, please let me know through WhatsApp. Thank you for watching.